I just wanted to share a couple facts and figures. What we're going to do is I'm going to talk to you for a bit, and Krislin's going to share our bold goal information with you. Then we're going to take you into the distribution center, and you're going to have a tour of the facility so that you can see. If you haven't been here before, you're going to be amazed. It's huge, and it's a big operation that we've got going on here. Last year, we distributed the equivalent of 25.1 million meals. But that's not enough to feed everybody that's hungry. There are about 301,000 people here, a little more than that, in Orange County who are missing meals. 117,000 of them are children. So they're at risk of hunger, which means that at some point during the month, they'll probably be missing one or more meals. So that's 1 in 6 children in Orange County, which to me is a shocking number. Half of all the children who attend public school qualify for the free and reduced lunch program. So that's another fact that really just kind of surprises me. It just seems like we live in such an affluent area that shouldn't be the case, but that unfortunately is. Children who are struggling with hunger, who miss meals, tend to not do so well, and it has lifelong consequences. They can do poorly in school, they act out, they tend to go to the emergency rooms more often. So what we do here at Second Harvest Food Bank is we concentrate, we try to reach everybody, but we're really concentrating a lot of our programs on more vulnerable populations like children and seniors and the disabled. You saw the sign when you came in about Izzy's Corner. You're going to hear more about that, but I think the most remarkable thing is that that was started by a young child, a 9-year-old girl named Isabel. And she came for a tour, and she heard about the hungry children here in Orange County, and she told her parents she wanted to do something about it. So that's how Izzy's Corner started, but DL's going to tell you more about that when we're on our tour. So I'm going to introduce Krislin Van Sciver. She's with our development department, and she's going to talk to you a little bit about, okay, so we have all these hungry people, and we want to end hunger here in Orange County, which just means we're going to provide the food when people need it, where they need it, in a dignified manner. How are we going to do that? So Krislin's going to talk to you about that.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Krislin. So what we did is we are Feeding America Food Bank, so we are a part of that network. And in 2016, we did a study to see if we really can make a difference. Can we close that hunger gap? Meaning, can we provide access to individuals that need food? So we did a 6-month study that really dug into our logistics and our capacity, and our board of directors and our leadership team said, yes, we can take this project on. We can create this bold goal. So we have what we call our bold goal. It's our 5-year strategic plan. So what we want to do is we wanted to go from providing 20 million meals into the community to providing 30 million meals within a 5-year span. We just finished our fiscal year, and as Barbara said, we're pacing ahead of track, and we provided over 25.1 million meals. So we are on our way to closing that gap. So does that mean hunger will just disappear? No. What that means is that people will have access to food when they need it. So the way we do that is we have 4 initiatives. We want to strengthen our partners, which we have over 200 community partners that have 340 locations all across Orange County. So our partners are the ones who we distribute to the food to the partners, and they distribute it out to the community. We strengthen them by writing grants for them. We increase their capacity so that they can take on more food and be able to distribute it to the people they need. We feed families. So how many of you are in a family? All of us, right? So how do we do that? Well, we have a fleet of trucks that our trucks go out and they capture all the food from grocery stores and farmers, and they come here, and then you'll do it today, you'll sort through everything, and then it goes back into the community to the partners to be distributed so that people can have food on their table. So our goal there, our initiative, was to increase our truck capacity from 12 to 16. And you may say, oh, that's not that big of a deal. But what happens is these trucks are massive, they're refrigerated trucks. and they are a lot of money. And so we had 4 that had to retire due to carb compliance, and we had to add more. So that's an initiative to get the food and to be able to distribute. Then we have our seniors, feeding seniors. So who has grandparents? All of us, right? Well, we know in 2020, which I know seems like far away, but really not, that the senior population is going to double. So what that means is we're going to have more seniors that have more needs. So what we're doing is we're transitioning to give seniors just like boxes of food to fresh produce and fruit and vegetables. I mean, who would rather eat an orange or a block of cheese? What would you rather have? An orange, right? Seniors want the oranges too. So that's a big initiative of ours. And what's really exciting is we have a brand new trailer. It's like a race car trailer that we created. It's one of its kind in the United States, and it drives up to senior housing or centers, and the seniors can go up and they can shop for fruits, for vegetables, all their staples, all for free.
It's a market on wheels.
It's a market on wheels. We call it the Park It Market. It's super, super cool.
Do we get to see one today?
The Park It Market it's out and about. I don't know if it's back, but maybe if it's back, you'll definitely be able to see that. If not, we have articles of what that looks like. So that it's super cool and innovative. And then we have, lastly, feeding children. So that is our 4th initiative. So as Barbara was saying, we know that 1 in 6 children are at risk of hunger here in Orange County, and it's our job to make sure that we have the ability to have access for these kids. So what we're doing is we're creating mobile school pantries. So they're like farmers markets where they go to the schools, and the local school children and family and community around can shop, whether it be monthly or weekly. We're doing that. We're increasing that that distribution. In addition to that, we are also implementing what we call a permanent school pantry. So what that's like is it's like a room that's like this size, and we decorated it beautifully, and it's like a mini mart. So people have access to go in there and shop for 5 minutes, again, for fruits, for vegetables, meat, eggs, whatever they want. And again, it's all for free. So that's the 4 ways. We strengthen our partners, we feed families, we feed children, and we feed seniors. And that's how last year we were able to distribute over 25.1 million meals, and we will get to 30.
Yeah, and I just want to jump in and say, we talk about clients shopping at those locations, so they don't pay any money for the food. The food is all free, but we try to give them the same experience that they would have, a dignified experience that they would have if they went to the grocery store and picked out delicious, nutritious, fresh food. So
yeah, our distribution model is client choice. So it's not like this is here you go. It's please choose what you would like, and having the dignity to choose the different foods. And
yeah, whatever works for their families. Food banking used to be, here's a bag of groceries, but that doesn't work for many people.
So that's a little bit about our bold goal and our strategic plan, and so thank you.
All right, now we're going to go into oh, yeah, sure.
I have a question. So why are people still going hungry? Is it the distribution, or not enough donations, or not enough resources?
Well, theoretically, there's enough food. It's just a matter of getting it where there's access to where there's the need for it. But there's also economic issues. For instance, the unemployment's very low right now, but the cost of living in Orange County is very high. And a lot of people went back to work, but they're underemployed, so they're not making as much money as they used to. And in the meantime, all the costs are going up. For seniors and for the disabled who are on fixed incomes, it's also a problem because their rent goes up, the cost of medication goes up, but they don't have more money. So we find that seniors are splitting meals or cutting them in 3 portions, so they're having their medications, which is really not a good idea because they can get really sick and end up in the hospital because of that. So those are just some of the reasons. Then people also live paycheck to paycheck. So if you can just cover your expenses, but your car breaks down and you can't get to work, then you have a hard choice to make. Do I get food, or do I pay the rent, or do I get the car fixed? So those are just some examples of what causes people to end up needing help. But most people who need help don't need it for that long. A few months maybe. Unless you're like seniors or disabled and you're on a fixed income.
Is there a food shortage?
Excuse
Is there a food shortage?
A
Is
food
there?
shortage?
Mhm.
Well, we are trying to increase our capacity of gathering food
Mhm.
and then distributing it. But no, I don't think there's a food
Okay.
shortage. It's
Okay.
just a matter of logistics. You know, we have to increase our capacity so that we
And getting it to them.
can help our partners and therefore feed more people.
Yeah, when you go into the distribution center, you'll see that it's truly, I like to say, we're truly a logistics company. It's about capturing the food, processing it, and distributing it back into the community. And we align with partners like Walmart or Golden State Foods that help us with our supply chain and help us turn. So for example, we used to, our grocery rescue program where we rescue the groceries and take it here. It used to take us 72 hours, it now takes us 24.
Oh, that's
So
good.
within 24 hours, we capture everything, take it here, process it, and it's out into the community. So those are the ways we'll be able to increase capacity and increase the distribution so that that food does not go to the waste, you know, to the wasteland. It goes to the people that need it.
And when Chrislyn talks about processing food, everything that comes into here as a donation through grocery rescue or food drives, we need to check it to make sure that it's food, that food is safe.
Not expired.
Food safety is
Yeah.
number one for us, so we just make sure everything's safe before we send it back out again. But let's get you into the